Hello, I'm Tom from Applesauce Gaming, and welcome to some BeamNG Drive. This is a game that I found online, and basically it is a crash simulator game. It's turned out to be the best soft body physics simulator yet available on the market. Now that's a long title, but it basically is crash your car and see the aftermath. So this is the paid version. It costs currently currently 18 or euros or dollars. I am not sure. Um, but if you do not want to pay, you can also download the free tech demo. Now this is basically what you get if you have the tech demo. Is this map with a lot of crash sites and this pickup truck only in gray. So yeah, but I'm now in the paid version. As you can see from my truck, it has a bit more updates. It's a bit more realistic. The cars handle better. But basically what you have is this pickup truck. If you press N, you have the lights on, and you also have, if you look at the front, fog lights. A cool little detail is the interior, and yeah, it has a full 360 pan around. And if you look at the dash and you turn your lights on, the dash actually lights up. And if you have your fog lights on, you see that little blue light there? It actually says that you have your fog lights on. And right there, that red light is the parking brake. So that's also something you can see in the dash. Then further, you have the warning signal, also visible on the dash, right turn signal and left turn signal. Of course, these are also, you're also able to see these in the car, from outside the car. So let's, this is not the only vehicle, by the way. If you have the paid version, there are some more standard vehicles, and you can download mods, which I will do reviews on. And well, let's first have a little crash, because I know if you buy this game or download the tech demo, basically why you do it is because of crashes. So let's engage slow motion. You have normal slow motion and super slow motion, and then a bit faster slow motion, and you of course have real time. Because otherwise, what's the point of having a slow motion button? Now that one pretty flat. I don't know if that is so realistic, but pretty decent damage. It's a pretty safe car. People inside would have been pretty safe. Yeah, this one passed the crash test on high speed. So let's load up some more vehicles. If you press E or Control E, I don't know exactly. With me it's just pressing E, but I guess you can change that in the settings. You have, yeah, these are not all the cars you get. I have to kinda, you know, make you a bit sad, because these, a lot of them are mods, especially with the modsgaming.ru behind it. Now some mods you can download on the BeamNG forum. The reason why I do it on modsgaming.ru, because it's a Russian site, and Russian people actually upload their own mods only on that site. So you also have the mods that everybody's got, like the popular mods, the very good mods, but you also have some very unique mods, and I think that is very, very important with mod reviewing, having a bit of unique stuff, and also the things that everybody else has got. So let's load up the first car you get, which is, let me see, so many cars I've downloaded. It's the Gavril Grand Marshal at the first of the list. It's basically a nice sedan. Now, as you can see here, it says default. You have multiple versions. You have the Grand Marshal Police Package, rear-wheel drive, V8. Basically what it has is police decals and a little bumper add-on on the front and black wheels. Then you have the sport version, which is basically the normal one with some sporty rims. And you have the normal rear-wheel drive V8. Now that's the same as the default one. One thing I don't though have to mention before you go being very enthusiastic and immediately download this game, you need to have a pretty decent computer. It's pretty much an FPS taking game, and I'm already doing at 16 FPS with Fraps recording on it. I'm not saying that I'm having a professional gaming computer, far from even, but you need to have a pretty decent computer, not a computer coming from the year 1998. So let's load up the next car, which is the Ibisu Cuvette, which really reminds me of a Suzuki Swift. There you go. You might think Suzuki Swift. Why? Well, look at the rear. I think that is very Suzuki Swiftish, if you know how a Suzuki Swift looks. Now, one thing I note only now is that it has one rear view mirror. So, if you press E again, oh yeah, and also a nice little detail. These rims aren't rims, they are actually hubcaps, so they can fly off if you have a crash. It's a pretty fun little detail to mention, because a lot of games do not have it, and that is a shame. Then you have the default, you have the front wheel drive rally, which I don't think that front wheel drive and rally is a pretty good combination, but it has a bit higher suspension on the rear and sporty rims, and you have the turbo front wheel drive sport. Don't forget to mention that it's a turbo. This has a bit of supple suspension, better steering, and you have the normal front wheel drive. Now remember, FWD is not for four wheel drive, but front wheel drive. If you have four wheel drive, you have or 4 as in a number, WD, or AWD. So let's move on to the next car, which is the Buckle Moonhawk. It's a pretty new car. I have heard it came with the last update, and it's pretty much a muscle car, and it looks beast. One sad thing, it's not that fast, neither that powerful. Also, this car has hubcaps that can fly off in a crash. You have the default version, the manual version, the terrible, which I don't really like. It has these pretty nice black rims, but it doesn't have the complete front and doesn't have a rear. So I do not recommend playing with this one because it's pretty shitty. It's the terrible, don't forget. You have the V8 automatic, which is basically the normal one. We have the V8 manual, which is just this one only in manual. You have the V8 special, which has these awesome looking rims, and you have the V8 Sport, which has different awesome looking rims. So there are in total 3 different rims to choose of, and as an addition to rims you have hubcaps. And then the next one is the Gabriel D series, pretty much the car you start with in every game, and pretty much the car you have in the standard, in the tech demo. This one though, it has, in the tech demo you do not have this many versions. For example, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you don't have this one, the V8 four-wheel drive off-road, which I think looks beast. You do have an off-road version, but it doesn't contain this awesome front bumper, and the tires of the off-road wheels are white for some reason. That's just a texture failure. However, the roll bar is available in the tech demo. And then another car, you have the Civetta Bolide, which is only one type. Pretty much, it's a Ferrari slash Porsche 911. I think it's more like a Ferrari. Some people say it's a Porsche 911. I do not recommend using this vehicle. How awesome it may look and how fast it may be, it is a shitty controlling car. I'll show you in just a minute. And then I think the last car is the Gabriel H series. Same brand as the pickup truck. Basically, it's a pedo van, as many people seem to call it. You have the default version, and this one is quite nice with its many different versions. You have the V8 rear-wheel drive cargo box upfit. Now this is not just a bit of hydraulics in the rear wheel, so it's a bit higher upfit. It's actually a moving van. Not a van, it's more a truck. There it is. It's very cool. It has a gigantic cargo box in it, and you can actually remove the rear doors of the cargo box, which makes you able to park cars in them and then drive away with the cars. Now basically you have the V8 rear-wheel drive, which is the standard one, and the V8 stripped, which is this one. So basically those are the cars you get and the versions of the cars. So now let's skip to some gameplay. Now I don't know, have you ever seen a car crashing into a tree? I must say, I have not seen one, but I've seen the aftermath, and this looks pretty realistic to a real-life crash. So there's one more thing that I forgot to mention with a lot of lag. Let's move to a bit lag-free zone. Ooh. The camera's a bit funky, but remember, holy shit, what the fuck's happening? What the hell is happening with the camera? Yeah, remember, this is still an early alpha, so the camera is pretty funky at the moment. There's one thing I forgot to mention. There is an AI mode. So if I can spawn multiple cars by clicking F11, which loads up the world editor. Ooh, there's a crash. Okay, I don't know what exactly happened, but there was some sort of a crash occurrence. Now, let's load up the map we got there. It's probably because I was recording with Fraps and I was loading up the world editor. So, set up a nice extra vehicle. Okay, so I've loaded up a different car in the zone. It's this little hatchback here. So if I now load up, let's stop the vehicle. I'm driving. Oh shit. If I now load up the AI, let's set it into chasing player. Click done. The car I was first driving is now chasing me, but I cannot steer with the other car. This is kind of weird what's happening now. Anyway, as you can see, the truck is trying to hit me. I cannot control this car for some reason. I do not control anything in the game right now. Which is pretty weird. I'll try to fix that right now. But as you will see, the pickup truck just randomly hit me. So I'll fix this problem real quick. Okay, so I've loaded it up. I'm still controlling, yet still, and perhaps it's being a bit annoying with the frame rate. Anyways, let's put the AI, the chasing player, done. Let's see if that car already is chasing me. He's not. Let's move to this. We can still not move it, but as you will see, the pickup truck very slowly tries to chase me down and kill me. I don't know why I am not able to do anything at all, but it's an early alpha, remember, so if something does not work, don't be shocked. They'll fix it soon with an update. So pretty much the pickup truck now tries to kill me, and it's pretty much working out. So look, there goes a hubcap for my wheel, the right side there. So hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Please subscribe to Applesauce Gaming for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.